Hi Navison, it's nice seeing you again in another episode of the Navy Weekly News. In this edition, we will explore what the Indonesian Navy has done in order to encourage the soldiers, from the diving class for youth to brainstorming for the sea warriors. All have been packed only for you. The Indonesian Navy's Maritime Potential Service held basic diving class Discover Scuba Diver 2023 at Tirto Sagoro Swimming Pool, Indonesian Navy Headquarters, Cilangkap, East Jakarta. This training class was conducted in order to give insight and knowledge to the youth to develop fondness for maritime, which would later potentially aid maritime ecosystem safekeeping. Cooperating with private and public institutions in Jakarta, this activity was participated by 300 students around Jabodetabek and was held for 3 days, starting from 27 to 29 of October 2023. The participants were instructed with theory of the basic diving at Tirto Sagoro Swimming Pool, Indonesian Navy Headquarters, and would later take place for the real dive at Seribu Islands. In accordance to the mandate of the Chief of the Indonesian Navy, Admiral Muhammad Ali, the Indonesian Navy played a role to train the human resources to be tough and nationalist through developing the fondness for maritime, as well as being able to be utilized for national defense at sea. Banyuwangi Naval Base synergized with local maritime elements to hold emergency response simulation in securing underwater cable at Java Bali Sea in order to anticipate threats toward national vital object. The activity held in Bali Strait was led by the Commandant of Banyuwangi Naval Base, Commander Indra Nusha, and was participated by local governments, State Electricity Limited Company Transmission Master Unit for Eastern Java and Bali, Tanjung Wangi Harbor Master Office and Port Authority, Gilimanuk Bali Harbor Master Office and Port Authority, TNI, Polri, and maritime elements in Banyuwangi. In his remarks, Commandant of Banyuwangi Naval Base stated that the Indonesian Navy was entrusted as the coordinator for underwater cable security, and this mandate is to be carried out well through exercise simulation, which is routinely held annually, with the goal to increase the ability to face threats rising towards national asset. In the execution, Banyuwangi Naval Base deployed maritime elements in Banyuwangi and Bali, in which Banyuwangi Naval Base also deployed the Kal Rajegwesi, RIP, and other patrol vessels. In the simulation, it was narrated that there was a threat of attempt of destroying underwater cable network by terrorists by exploding and throwing anchor at the underwater cable. This was immediately responded by the quick response team with inspection and arrest of the perpetrator. Since the perpetrator was not cooperative and tried to run away, chase and arrest occurred. From the acquired evidence, the perpetrator had carried explosives, which was suspected to be used to destroy the underwater cable. Then the perpetrator and evidence was escorted to Banyuwangi Naval Base for further process. The Indonesian Navy conducted socialization of situational awareness brainstorming of North Natuna Sea and Sabang waters to the soldiers of the 1st Fleet Command. Socialization for situational awareness brainstorming and the importance of utilizing satellite image to support Indonesian Navy's main duties by the Control and Command Center was delivered by Data Processing Subsection Chief of the Naval Control and Command Center, Commander Aryo Sasongko at the 1st Fleet Command Headquarters. Meanwhile, the Operations Section Chief of Naval Command and Control Center, Commander Rifki Najib, also introduced about remote sensing using satellite image to support the main duties of Naval Control and Command Center, as mentioned by the Data Processing Section Chief, Commander Aryo Sasongko at the 1st Fleet Command Headquarters. Meanwhile, Operations Section Chief Commander Rifki Najib also mentioned about the introduction to remote sensing using satellite data from the National Research and Innovation Agency and the plan to use the satellite for state defense for maritime supervision analysis. The remote sensing will produce satellite image for validating vessels' coordinates, which became vessels of interest, particularly those who turn off their AIS. This socialization was expected to give information on maritime security within the 1st Fleet Command's Command and Control Center, so that raising the awareness on the anomaly of vessels to generate anticipation in facing similar situations in upcoming future. And that is our Navy Weekly News this week. Don't forget to keep up with our Navy News in Bahasa by subscribing to our channel on YouTube. And don't forget to turn on the notification to get notified for updates. Follow us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and keep on supporting us to serve the best for our nation. Jalesvevajayamahe.